this is going to be, I'm pretty sure, my final video on this code deal. This is the one that's we're actually gonna focus on. I did one earlier on without images. This is gonna be to manipulate the code, add images that click to your page or your link, and with all of the rest of the information about the resort. So I brought up, I'm gonna start with Photo Bucket. I know in a previous video I talked about it. Here's what the page looks like when you open it up. If you haven't signed up, just go ahead and sign up. It's free. It'll walk you through everything. I'm going to go ahead and log in. And then I'm going to get, while that one's getting ready, let's jump over here to our page. So here's what we're going to do with this video. We are going to actually do this right here. We're going to give you the code that's going to do the images that will click to whatever link you want to go to. This goes to my GRN link. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do all this, and I think there's 10 of them. So I'm going to go into our dashboard. So just get into your website there, and then you go to Appearance and go to Widgets, okay, and from our other video I added this text widget as a test so you could see everything side by side and where you get that and how you do it. So you just come down here to text and you grab it and you just pull it up here and you just drop it in there and it'll automatically open, and that's where you put your code in. Okay, so I have this in here, and actually what I'm gonna do, since I already have this code created, I am going to just copy and paste I'm going to copy and paste. I just right click, copy, and then click in here and paste and hit save. Hit visit blog, which will open up a new page for you. I don't have my tabs open up here because I got a million of them going, but you can just flick back and forth from tabs. So what I did is I copied and pasted all this code, which is right here. So this is what you're going to get right here. Okay, now I'm going to do a couple things for you. I am going to use this as a test so that I can show you where it is, but first I want to go back to where my widget is and I want to copy this, and then this is paste bin. This is just kind of something that's just takes the code and keeps it, and I'm going to paste it in here. Okay, so when you see this video, you're going to come here and you're going to get just like I showed you in there before, you're going to get this code on here. It's just going to be a refresh start, and actually I'm going to show you right now this whole mumbo jumbo. Actually, no, let me back up. This mumbo jumbo right here is the actual image, and if you look closely, this is my affiliate link that it goes to. You can put a page in here. Like I said, if you go to your page, you can actually click on one of these and you can come come up here and highlight and copy, and then we'll go back to paste bin. You won't have to do this, but I'm just showing you just for reference, and you can put a page link in here. Okay, I'm gonna tweak this out. It's getting late, and I've made like 4 videos for you guys, so I wanted to get this done because I promised you all I'd have this out here in the group tonight. And so this is my last one, and I get this done and I'll put it out there for you. But this is where you're going to find the code. This is the code for the images. I have the code that doesn't have the images, so you choose what you want to do. If you feel like you know, the challenge may be a little bit more than you can handle, then just go with the code that doesn't have the images. You're doing the same steps. This is just adding the image, and it's actually really easy, and I'm going to show you that in 2 seconds. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste this one other area, and that is in a Google Doc. Remember I told you about Google Docs before. I use Google Docs all the time because they're super handy, and I can share them with everybody, or you know, I can make tweaks and do some different things. So let's see here, this, and we will start. So let's go back to the widget here. Okay, well, photo bucket. Okay, here we go with photo bucket. We're gonna go, I'm gonna go to my library, which go to view library. If you're just starting in photo bucket, you won't have many albums, but you can create albums and do, you know, do some cool stuff. So I'm gonna go here. I want to hit that one. Okay, these are the pictures that I'm going to be working with, and I showed you in the other video how to upload them to here. It's real simple. You just save the picture. I showed you how to get them offline, but these are the resorts that I'm going to use. And really, guys, the hardest part is going to be picking the resort you want to use, finding the images, and then saving them to your computer. So this, you know, I showed you that in a couple other videos, and it's a real simple deal, so just follow up with those. But I'm going to show you how easy this is. Once you get the code from this paste bin or this Google Doc that I created for you, this code is going to be really simple. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you right now, because this is actually the code, and I'm going to work on this one. So let me just delete that, and this is in Google Docs. Okay, so when you put your code in here, this is what you're going to see. And I'll make it very easy for you guys. So I want to take this code out right up to there. Okay, so your code, what's going to happen is it's probably going to be something like this. Paste your image code from photo bucket here. Okay, so you're going to see something in here that looks like this. I'm going to make it super simple for you, because all the other information that's on here, let me just go back and show you so you know where I'm at here, is this part right here. Okay, I just eliminated the image part, and don't worry about all this techie stuff. I'm just so you kind of know what's happening. But you're going to see this code when you put it in the text box here, like I showed you. It's going to be just like this. So from here, we're going to be working on this Pagosa Springs one. So you go back up to your photo bucket. I know this one is my Pagosa Springs. Now here's the important part and why I use photo bucket. And like I said earlier with Flickr and Picasa, I'm not sure if they give you these. I was trying out several different ones like I alluded to earlier, and I just found that this one is everything that I need. It's got some pretty cool stuff. So I know this is Pagosa Springs. You want to make sure your image is here. You get the email IM link right here. This is the direct, which is basically just like a website URL, and then the HTML. This right here is what we need. So all you have to do is copy the HTML, and we'll go back up here into our widget, and then when you guys put this code, just highlight it like this, and all you have to do is paste, and then you get all this lovely hieroglyphics here. Okay, but no worries, because I am going to show you now your code. Here's the thing: when you place your image in here, basically what this code says is that picture is on Photo Bucket and it's a picture of whatever it is. Okay, now let me bump this up so you can see. Here's the only part that I can't make simple for you because I don't know what your code's going to be like, but what I can show you is how to add your link to your image. Right here, everything inside these parentheses up to that HTTP, that's actually a URL. So I have my back office open, and I am going to run this link right here. So that's simply copy, and then if you hit delete, you'll see it flashing. All you do is you put your cursor there and hit paste, and voila, this is your link to that image. Okay, and you hit save, and this is what you get. Just remember to refresh. Let me bump this down. What you get. Okay, this is my original code up here. Okay, this is my good. This is what I keep on here. And below that banner, this is where we put all the information in. Okay, so you can see this isn't click. As soon as you click on here, you just click on the image, and bang, goes right to the site that I want it to. Now, you can use whatever you want. Like I said, you can make this a page, you know, on here, which if you make a banner, like just to give you an idea, this banner right here, which you guys get a bonus how to make a banner video, this banner right here, when you click on it, it goes to, I'll show you, this goes to a squeeze page that I made for that banner. Okay, so you can do whatever you want, but that's why I say when you make your own banners, that's kind of cool because you can make the image and in that video how to make a banner, I made this one right here. It gives you some photo editing options if you wanted to create something and then have it linked somewhere, you know. And the reason I do that is because some of the banners that I see I'm not a big fan of, so I just kind of create my own. But for this purpose right here, it's achieving the same thing. It's just an image, so it's really simple. But you guys pick your own resorts. You know, you come in here. The other video that I did explains all this, and you're going to have tons of pictures and video to reference. And they're in small. I think the last one was 20 minutes. I don't know what we're creeping up on here, but really, once you're through here and you embed it, double, triple, you know, check your links 100,000 times to make sure it works and it goes to where you want. And like I said, the easiest thing to remember is if you get twisted up or something happens and you accidentally go to get you get one of these quotes, or you grab something and you're like, how come that's not working? Instead of trying to read through all this and figure it out, just select all and delete. Okay? And then you can come back over here to the paste bin, and I'm going to have a Google Doc too. And this is going to be your fresh start. You just start fresh. You come back over to your widget. You just go ahead and copy and paste, and you can start fresh, guys. You know, don't worry about it. And you know, you'll see now when you do this. Let me find the image. Okay, this is the image right here, and it'll say your image goes here, in case you don't use Photo Bucket and you already have that. Your HTML image code goes here. Okay, I'm gonna make this, it'll just look like that, but make sure you put it in that spot and just go down through and change up each one of these. Okay, and you'll notice, if you just look at this, this is pretty much, once you see it, you'll see that it repeats. Okay, when you put your name in of the resort here, okay, you're gonna skip down one of these breaks, and it's gonna look like that, and that's where you put your image. Okay, so here's the next one, here's the next resort right here, and here's all this image code right here. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. Your image HTML image code goes here. Okay, so I'm gonna make it look like that all the way down through here, and then definitely watch the other video, just so you know, and you can put your images in there. And what you can do, just so you get used to messing around with code, is go through, pick your resorts out. So step one would be find your resorts, the ones that you're going to use, get all the information, the prices, write those all down, and have them with you when you do this. Copy and paste the first set of code in there without the images, and then put all your information. Go in here and put all the pertinent information for the resort. Okay, watch that video, get that all done, and always save, because if your computer burps or does whatever and gets out of hand, and then all of a sudden you're doing all this, and your eyes are bugging out, and you're like, holy crap, my computer just went bananas, and then you didn't save it, you're gonna have to go back and do it all again. So just, the save button is your friend, and give it a lot of love so that you don't pull your hair out after doing this. So just remember to always save, and then once you get done with that, you're just come back over and check your code. Just come back over and check. It'll be without the images, so you'll just have all this right. And then when you come back here, you'll see, okay, this is the resort I'm working on. So then when you go up to your Photo Bucket account, you'll know which pictures to grab. Okay, pretty simple. And then all you do is just flick through these, like I think this is the Camora Banff, but and if you guys want to use these, that's fine too. It doesn't matter to me. I don't know that I'll have the image codes in there. I'll have probably, I'm not going to take all the particulars out, but if you want to use these just until you get used to it, that's cool. Just go and grab a picture. But anyway, these pictures right here all your information will be over here, and you just need the HTML. If you want to put other pictures, from your websites in here, if somebody wants to have them, just dump them in here and use Photo Bucket and get used to it. It's really cool. So I have to put a few more things together to make it pretty simple, You know, I gave you maybe a little too much information, but essentially you copy and paste, you know, and I think, you know, I wouldn't, you know, give yourself 15 minutes. You know, if you're pretty techy, you might be able to breeze right through this. If not, just give yourself a little bit of time and you can have this up and flying. And be sure to comment below and let me know, you know, hey, it worked out, it was good, you know, because I'm not going to know unless you'll tell me. But you know, you shouldn't have any options, and you know, just get used to using it and have fun. All right, cool. I enjoyed this, and this is what I love to do. I love being able to helping people out and get this stuff rocking. So you guys have a wonderful evening, and look for my info. You know, I'll have everything put together here shortly. All right, later on. Bye bye.